Hello, everybody. It is Indy Meets Disney. I'm Cedric.
And I am Katie.
And it is the eve before our trip to Disney. And what's different about this trip? It is our time to travel with our newborn infant.
Yep, so she is only 4 weeks old as of yesterday. So it's going to be our very first time traveling with such a little one. So we are a little bit anxious. We're very excited, but a little bit anxious to think about everything that we'll need for this little girl when we're away, far, far, far away from home.
Yeah. So we just wanted to make this video, share with you the different things that we're planning on taking with us on this trip. Maybe help you in the future if you are planning on traveling with an infant. So you can think about, hey, maybe I didn't think about that. And maybe that's something I need to take with me when I'm traveling to Disney with my infant.
Yep, so we've got 3 different areas we're going to share with you. We are going to share the things that we're going to pack with us. So like our suitcase for our little girl, and then also things in our diaper bag. And then second, we're going to share transportation and how we plan to get from the airport to Disney and just the transportation around Disney with a newborn. And then also third, we're going to be sharing things that we decided we're not going to take with us, but we're going to have delivered to the resort just to make it a little bit easier for us.
Yeah. So first off, we're going to kick off with things that we've packed. So we've kind of, Katie's worked hard today, kind of putting all that stuff together. She's put a list together the last several days, kind of planning out all the different things she thought we need to get packed. And we're going to kind of walk through those different things now.
Yep. So we're going to share that with you here in just a bit.
So we're going to talk about packing first. So, the first thing you go to is clothes. But outside of clothes, what are some other things you might think about when it comes to packing?
Yeah, so it's going to be really warm when we are there in Florida. So we really want to have a chance to take our little girl swimming when we're there at our hotel. So we wanted to make sure we packed a couple of swimsuits for her. That way, if one of them needs to dry, she's got backup mode to go with. And we also know how hot it can be in the Florida sun. So while she's at the pool, then also when she's at the parks, we've got this sun hat that's got the wide brim around it. And it's actually SPF protected, UPF protected, I should say. And it's adjustable. That way it can grow with her when she's got a little head now, but it can also be adjustable for when she gets a bigger brain and bigger head as she gets older. And just because we're a little bit extra, we also bought her some little infant sunglasses just because she is adorable in these, and these can grow with her and expand as well with that Velcro headband. And then we've also got our swim diapers because we know how important it is to make sure you got the right diapers for being in the swimming pool. But we definitely want to protect her because she can't wear sunscreen yet. So we want to protect her when she's out in the Florida heat. So that's one thing we want to make sure we are prepared with.
Yep, and another thing we thought about too is, of course, babies make messes and they have a lot of dirty clothes. So we are taking with us a hamper, portable little hamper I'd put all the clothes into. And then the facility we're staying at is the Art of Animation, and they do have washer and dryers available at their facilities. So we're also taking some pods to be able to wash the clothes there at the facilities as well. So we won't have to buy the detergent that is there with the washer and dryer that Disney has, but we just already have our own detergent. So that's another thing that we're thinking about taking with us.
And in the Ziploc bag, because how easy they can be just to explode and poke through and make a mess. So if that did happen, we've got it covered with the Ziploc bag. And then just keep her cool when she is inside of her stroller there at the parks and around the resort. We've ended up buying 2 stroller fans. So they're exactly the same, but they're awesome because they've got this tripod, so they can be used in lots of different ways. Like if she was just sitting with me, we could just prop it up next to us like this. We can attach it to our stroller in different ways and in different directions. So she's got like surround sound, fan cooling happening. Also with the stroller, we went ahead and packed our own stroller organizer, so we can attach this to our stroller. It's got some, it's got a a rip-off, zip-off wristlet, so we can carry this around if we needed to. It's also got some insulated pockets, so for her bottle if we needed to, or for our drinks, or for yummy shakes we might get when we're there at the parks. And then we also purchased some of these wet wash cloth kind of things. So they're the cooling rags that you put on water. And we figured maybe we could wrap that around her neck to keep her nice and cool. There's lots of them, so we can use them as well to keep ourselves cool. It's going to be in the 80s. 90s. Oh, the 90s while we're there. So we definitely want to keep her cool when she is out and about the parks. So.
Yeah, and that nice thing about these fans is they are USB charging, so the little charge rods or whatever, we can just hook them up right there, wherever we're at, recharge them up, and always have some power for them available at all times. And I think we're going to try and do a video while we're there at the parks as well, with looking at some other places to cool off the baby. Even when we don't have the fans or we don't have the cooling towels, there's lots of other facilities and places we can take the baby to get them cooled down. We're going to try and show some of those when we're at the park as well. Try and hit those areas for the baby to be able to cool off at the park. And then another thing we thought about during packing that you may not normally think about is make sure to take stuff to clean the bottles. So we're taking the bottles, but also taking like the cleaning brush for the bottles, taking a little detergent for the bottles to clean them, and then taking our formula container that has a little divider so we can put several different measurements of formula. All we gotta do is pop it open, dump it in the bottle, add the water, mix it up, and it's ready to go. So this will be a nice little handy storage thing for at the parks, so we don't take the big old bulky can of formula. We can just put the measurements in here, pour it in, it's ready to go.
Yep, and then I am also pumping, so I'll also be taking my pumping parts with me as well to be able to have inside of my suitcase as well. And just to be able to get our little girl around the airport, and then also if we're not feeling like taking her, we can't take strollers everywhere in the parks. So what we plan on doing is we've got our baby Bajorn carrier. And we're going to use this to carry her around the airport. We've kind of looked into the TSA guidelines and stuff, and we're pretty sure that we're able to have her on me as I'm going through security. So she can just hang out in the baby Bajorn. It's the Harmony edition. So we really, really enjoy this. It's really adjustable.
It's mesh. It's very breathable for the hot Florida sun. So that's nice too.
Yeah, so it works well for both of us, and she loves it. She usually fusses for maybe like 30 seconds when she first gets into it, and then like falls asleep. So it's pretty nice, and it'll keep her nice and cool. So.
And another thing we wanted to check on as far as with TSA is packing our diaper bag, because that's another thing to think about when we were going through the airport. And we checked on like bottles, because we're gonna have some already made bottles, obviously, because she'll get hungry, and we're gonna have some already made formula. But as far as like, you're only allowed to take like 3 ounces of liquid through, but bottles that doesn't apply to that. So we can take some already made bottles. They just might have to test it, but other than that, we can take them through. And as far as the devices to keep it cooler, like the little cool packs, you're allowed to take those through as well to keep the bottles cool. And then also we took like all of her like medicine and creams and bath wash, and put it all into a little bag so we can easily pop it out and put it on the little conveyor belt to get scanned. Instead of having to dig through the bag and find it all, it's already here, ready to go. Plop it out on the little track to be scanned.
Yeah, so we're hoping these tidbits will help you guys as far as packing goes, your diaper bag, and then the suitcase for your little one. We're going to come back to you here in just a bit and share some ideas of transportation.
All right, next we want to talk about kind of transportation, getting around the parks, because when you have an infant, that adds a whole nother piece to the equation, getting around, because then you got to think about like a car seat and having that functionality and getting around. So what do you do at that point?
And also transportation from the airport to the parks as well. So not just getting to the parks, but transportation to get to your hotel. So
yeah. So so there are a couple different options, and we've kind of got some different images here. So the first one that we would normally go to when we would travel down there, just the two of us, would either do like an Uber or a Lyft from the airport to the hotel. And Uber and Lyft does offer like rides with car seats, but you never know what kind of car seat you're going to get when you go that route. So, and we, having an infant, have to have an infant car seat. So it's not really a safe bet for us to go this route. because they might show up, not have an infant car seat, and then we're out of luck. So unfortunately, in this instant, Uber and Lyft doesn't work for us. Now down the road, that might be a good alternative for us, but right now that doesn't work for us.
Yep. So another option, since the Disney's Magical Express no longer exists, can we just have a moment of silence for that, please? There are several options to be able to get transported from the airport to your Disney hotel. So like we mentioned, we're staying at Art of Animation. So one option would be the Mears Connect. So that is one option. That's pretty affordable to be able to get from, and it's very similar to the Disney Magical Express, just not as magical and not free. But that's one option.
Yeah, and Mears Connect is actually the Magical Express. So it's Magical Express. They just took the buses, ripped all of the stuff off the sides that had Magical Express, and it's the same exact buses. Mears ran Magical Express. They just have removed the name completely and have just made it Mears Connect. It's just the magic is not there anymore to make it Magical Express. So you can go this route, take Mears Connect, get to the hotels and get back again. I think it's $32 round trip to go this way. It's just not the way we decided to go. You don't need a car seat,
Right.
infant seat to ride on these charter buses. But that's one way you can do. And the buses kind of look like this here. It just says Mears Connect along the side. Pretty basic standard bus. Like I said, there's no like theming or anything associated with these. It's just a standard looking charter bus.
Yep.
But the way we decided to go is kind of a new on the scene. It's this Sunshine Flyer. So it's similar type thing with the like charter buses. But they have gone above like Mears Connect, and they have gone to more theming, and I really like that. So what they have, and I'll show you one of the buses here, is they have like 19th century trains that they have painted on the side of their buses to kind of give it that special theming throughout their different fleet that they have. So it kind of makes it a little more exciting rather than just a standard old bus that you get on.
But wait, there's more.
There's more. And also all of their drivers wear these little cool conductor outfits that transport you along. And there's even more. All the youngins that ride along get a cool little conductor hat. So that's really cool. So I like the fact that they're putting forth some effort, putting forth some theming. Since you don't have Magical Express, you don't have that cool Disney theming, at least you get some cool theming in one way or another with this company. Mears kind of, no theming, we'll just get you there. That's it. This place, at least they're putting forth some theming with this company. So we're excited to try them.
The price?
The price it's a few bucks more, but I'm willing to pay it to get the theming. It's $34 round trip. So we're gonna give them a try, see how it works. Once again, you don't need an infant seat, you don't need a car seat on a charter bus. So we're gonna try it out and see how it works.
And that's $34 per adult.
Per adult.
Yep. So our infant won't need to pay for that. So.
Right, so we're going to talk about items that we're going to have delivered to the hotel. So these are items that we've thought about, okay? Talking about space, talking about how much it was going to cost to ship this stuff, in baggage, paying for baggage on the airplane versus just having it delivered there, weighing that out, having to carry all the stuff on a plane. So we weighed our choices and we thought, okay, it's going to make more sense probably to have it delivered. So what did we end up doing?
So we are going to be we looked at several different delivery companies just for simple things like diapers. Diapers can take up a lot of space inside of suitcases, and wipes can take up a lot of space in a suitcase, and formula can take up a lot of space and also a lot of weight inside of a suitcase. So those are the three main things that we thought, okay, well, those are the things that we can have delivered. So the company that we're going to go with is Instacart. So we're going to go ahead and order them the day before that we're, or the day of that we're arriving there, so we can have them delivered to our resort that day. And they'll be there for us to pick up as soon as we get to the resort. So we'll have the diapers there, we'll have her wipes there, and we'll have her formula there ready to go. So we'll be able to use those and they won't have to take up space inside of our luggage.
Exactly, because we're flying Frontier, and Frontier, it's $40 a bag each way, and you can only add 40 pounds in your bag. So by the time we added in the diapers, we added in the formula, we added in the wipes, our bags would have probably been over. We would probably had to get another bag. And by the time we paid for that other bag, it is cheaper to probably just do this delivery. And it's more convenient. We don't have to carry the stuff through the airport. And it's just going to be there waiting for us when we get to the hotel at the concierge desk. So we'll just pick it up when we get there. So that's the route we decided to go, and I think it's going to be a good choice for us.
I think it's worth it for sure. But we also decided to use another company as well, to be able to, we didn't want to have to take our car seat and our stroller because that was going to be an extra added cost to be able to check those as well. So we decided to use a company that we found that's called Baby Quip. So it's a company that was actually featured on Shark Tank, and we think it's an amazing company. So it's almost like a DoorDash for baby equipment. So instead of delivering food to you, it delivers baby equipment to you. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, it's actually almost like you think of like a Verbo or something like that, where people like rent out rooms in their house or something like that for people to come and stay and make money. But this is people, they rent out their baby equipment for people to borrow for a certain amount of time so they can make extra cash. Well, that's what it is. People see a need. Oh, people need to rent stuff while they're on vacation, so I'm going to rent out their strollers or whatever so they can make a little extra cash. So you go on this website, Baby Equip, and you say what you need, and then they rent it to you for a certain amount of time, for a certain amount of money, and it just saves you from having to haul all this stuff on vacation with you. So we got on there and we checked out the things that we wanted, and we're able to rent it for a fairly reasonable price. And for us, the convenience of not having to carry it all on the plane, not have to carry it all through the airport, and not having to pay for it to be shipped on the plane is definitely worth it in our opinion.
Yeah, so we're getting things like a stroller. We're renting that for the few days that we'll be there. We're renting a swing for her to hang out with, just because it's a place that makes her happy and comfortable. Just things like that that are going to be kind of like at home, things that are really big that would take up a lot of space, that we wouldn't be able to necessarily tote back and forth. So yeah.
Yeah, so a stroller, a swing, a mat so she can do like tummy time and play with the little things like the little what's that called, mobile, yeah, that hangs down,
a
boppy pillow, and then a little insert for an infant in the stroller. So several different items. They're going to be delivered to our hotel room, picked up from our hotel room. So very convenient situation. So and then we have some stuff to show you here. So as you can see there, like it was really easy to go on, set up. We just picked our date. We picked a time. We had to pick a 2-hour window. As you can see there, we set it up to be picked or delivered on the 5th. Picked a 2-hour window between 8 and 10. They're going to drop it off. They're going to bring it to our hotel. And then they're going to pick it back up on the 9th. And we picked a 2-hour window for them to pick it up. So very easy, very simple, very convenient. And this just kind of gives you an idea of cost. So it just kind of has the overall cost and what some of the fees that were in there, and then the overall cost. And it's really hard for me to read from distance, but $230.04. And we actually got $20 off for our first time using it. So you can go down there and get that $20 off too. But $230.04, we think, in our opinion, that's worth it.
It was worth it for us. So yeah, we're hoping that these tips, from the things that we packed to the transportation for our infant, to the things that we're going to have delivered to the resort, we're hoping that these suggestions and these ideas that we're going to use, we're hoping that they're going to help us, number one, but we're also hoping they're going to help you if you have a baby that you want to create some magic with and some memories with at Disney as well. So
yeah, we're super excited about this trip. A little nervous, but super excited about it. So
especially the plane ride. Wish us luck for that part. So
yeah, hopefully you picked up something from this video that maybe you hadn't thought about before.
Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Like this one, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You're definitely going to want to hang around because we're going to have lots of great footage from our trip. And until next time, we will
see you real soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.